right? So there's already a natural connection between the president and that particular community. That doesn't mean that everything is done above board to the advantage of Russia, not necessarily.
Also, paralegal works on the, how do you call, how do you say, you know, like, for example, every country has an embassy.
Ambassador.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Everywhere you find,
Washington D.C. most likely they have both of
oh my
them.
gosh, Washington D.C. is like paralegal central, right? You know, because you have so many governmental agencies.
Yes.
Every governmental agency in the United States has an office in Washington D.C. So whether you're talking about the FBI, the CIA, the Food and Drug Administration, the ATF, the Department of Justice, you go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Homeland Security. All of these agencies have paralegals working in them. So there's certainly a wealth of opportunities open to you. Freelance paralegals. Okay, so the advantages of freelancing include a flexible work schedule, the ability to work at home or in attorneys' offices, a good career choice for self-motivated individuals. The disadvantages of freelancing include promoting and maintaining a business. Income may fluctuate depending on the work generated. No job benefits such as medical insurance or paid sick leave or vacation. All right, so working as a freelance paralegal is much like having a business and working for yourself.
Yeah, and my question was about that.
Yeah, it's like owning your own business, right? Where you basically you don't wake up in the morning, decide you're hungry, you open the fridge, there's nothing to open, there's nothing to eat, so you just go to the supermarket and go buy something, right? When you work for yourself, you basically have to go out and kill what you eat, right? Because you start every year on zero, right? You might have a great month where you make $12,000 for the month, and then you might have a month where not only did you not make any money, but you had to spend money.
Question, is there like a lot of paralegals that you know that do that, or is it just like a limited amount of people?
It's more limited because most people are, and this is not a knock against most people, but most people are afraid to take risks.
Yeah.
Most people like to be told what to do, when to do it, what time to show up, what time to go on break, what time to go home, because there's a certain security in knowing that every Friday you're going to receive a paycheck. Okay? And there's no, there's no vacillating in terms of whether I'm going to get paid, whether I'm not going to. I've had times where I've done work for people and they didn't get paid. Right? But that's part of the business. I've had times when I did a minimal amount of work for people and got paid an exorbitant amount of money.
So how does the paralegal work? Is that the profit that you guys make? Some of them work like that. Like if the attorney gets
a large amount,
a large amount, they
No.
will get paid from that.
Generally
it's
not.
completely different.
Oh, okay.
It really if you're working in a smaller firm, it might work like that. Like say for example, if we recover money on a lawsuit, if you recover money on a lawsuit, let's say you recover $1,000, my salary or my take of that $1,000 will be 1/3 of that, right? So I'll make $333 out of that $1,000. Now out of that, I have to pay you as well. Some law firms might do it where if you actually brought this person in, right? Let's say you're
It's like a dealer.
let's say you're a student here at ASA and you have a friend who gets into a car accident and you refer that friend to me. Even though it's not legal to do it, I might share with you whatever I recover. So let's say for that particular case, I take in $100,000, and now my part of that $100,000 is $333,000. I might give you $20,000, right?
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad, right? Because, but for you referring that to me, I
What about
never
if
have.
we're a student?
Well, it's not legal to begin with. Yeah. Lawyers are not supposed to share money
Yes.
with people who are
No.
non-lawyers.
What I'm saying is, like, if we're a student, we get into an accident, God forbid, how would you like? Never mind, I'm just saying.
I don't, I guess I
It's
don't
okay,
understand.
never mind,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, what were you about to say?
So basically,
I have confused a question, but there is maybe some.
Go ahead.
You can answer. She his question is I think it's let you how to answer this. I think she said that if our student have accident, you how to get money, how to pay money. I think maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if one of you got into an accident, obviously you told me, and you wanted.
Exactly, you get what I meant. Thank you.
I got what she meant, but I don't understand why you asked such a circular question.
I'm
Just
saying-
come right out and ask me.
No, because you said if we a student refer somebody who get into a car accident, and this is how you're gonna do it, even though it's not legal. But what I'm saying so. If
Well, I guess the
we
que-
get to a car accident,
I guess
how would you handle it?
I guess the answer is, if you ask me about how I would handle something that I just said is not legal, I'm certainly not gonna go on record as saying, yeah, just refer them to me and I'll give you a third of a third.
This like a salesperson, like a salesperson.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your friend have problem, you refer to the lawyer.
Right.
You like as a salesperson.
Right. So the reality is that is very much how it works, especially in a smaller firm.
Yes.
so a paralegal, he works for a specific salary, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Generally.
Most of the time.
Yeah, but when you work in smaller firms, it's different.
All right.
Because I can't pay you a lot of money, but, as an incentive, if you go out and you generate business, I can't treat you like a salary worker anymore. You're almost a partner, right? You can't go down on paper as a partner because it's not legal. But, if it's between you and I, and, I'm probably not going to write you a check on the firm letterhead, but, I'll give you a bonus at the end of the year.
Yeah, because sometimes I see people like distributing like business cards from lawyers and stuff.
Yeah. But that's different. That's probably just part of their job. Yeah.
Okay.
It's part of their job. But again, like I said, when you're working in a small law firm environment, there's more hustling to it, right? It's more of a hustle. And when you hustle, you're gonna bend the rules a little bit, That's just part of the game. So that's that. Okay, legal technicians, also called independent paralegals, do not work under attorney's supervision and provide legal services directly to the public. These are people sometimes when you might see a sign that might say something like uncontested divorces, $500, something like that. That's not being done by a lawyer, right? You couldn't pay me $500 to do an uncontested divorce. Because it's gonna take me, number one, it's gonna take me more than an hour to do it. To fill out the forms, do the interview and stuff like that. So the only people who can work like that are going to be these type of independent paralegals. Now, they can't sign off on the uncontested divorce, but what they can do is they could fill out all of the forms, and then they could have you, the client, file it. Because a divorce or specifically an uncontested divorce, is something that you can do pro se, on your own without an attorney. Okay? The same thing with immigration papers. You can complete them on your own, but, you know, most of the time, you're going to need legal assistance, especially if you have complicated questions of law associated with your case, right? You've been arrested before. You don't know whether or not you should put that arrest down because you weren't convicted. And what about an arrest that happened 10 years ago that they told you was dismissed and sealed? Should you be putting that down? That's kind of a legal question. Paralegal or one of these independent paralegals can't give you an answer for that. They can't go on record as giving you an answer for that. Okay? Because they can't give legal advice. So that's that. Also wills, right? A person can do their own will, but wills have a lot of requirements in terms of how many people have to witness the execution of the will, who is allowed to take under the will. A lot of legal questions, but someone who studies it on their own can certainly help a person draft a will. But ultimately, they're not going to be on the hook for any mistakes that are made. Whereas if you hire me as an attorney and I do a will, the reason why it's costing more, one, you're relying on my training and my experience, and two, if there's a mistake, I'm on the hook. I could lose my license over something like that, right? Before we end, let me just give you a quick example. There's a situation that I know of where someone did a will for someone. She was married to a very wealthy guy, young woman, right? Married to a very wealthy guy. The wealthy guy's family didn't really like her, right? But he loved her. So he loved her, but he was still, I guess, a practical person. So when he did the will, in such a way where she disclaimed her rights under the will, right? Her right to inherit from him under the will. And the attorney who did it.
Were they married?
Yeah. The attorney who did it looked it over, and it wasn't a will, it was a, what do you call it? A prenuptial agreement. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So in the prenuptial agreement, she basically waived any rights that she had now or in the future to claim any part of his estate. So what happens? He dies. The estate is worth $5 million. His sisters, they take the bulk of the money because they're his next heirs, and she gets nothing.
Wow.
That probably was not his intention when he did the prenuptial agreement starting out. So now, guess who's in trouble? The lawyer.
Lawyer.
Because no lawyer would have someone sign something like
Something
that,
like that, right.
right?
That's crazy.
But why would-
Because you're not protected.
But why would the lawyer have him sign it anyway, the first?
Why would a doctor doing a surgery leave a tool inside your body and sew you up?
Mistake?
They make mistakes. Right? They make mistakes. So you're back.
I'm so sorry.
You scared me before. I was like, who the hell is this going in here? So when a lawyer makes a mistake and you have to sue a lawyer, what are you suing the lawyer for? Malpractice. The same
And
thing, the
that
same
lawyer
way that you, huh?
And that lawyer might lose his license, probably.
Possibly. Yeah. Could get suspended. You know, several things could potentially happen. All right. So listen. Make sure you pick up the book, okay? Because I'm going to get upset and then I'm gonna take the books away, and then you just make out how you make out, and everything I'm gonna give you is gonna be from the book. Okay? Because I had to carry
It's
those
gonna be
there.
open on Saturday?
I don't know.
They-
I doubt it.
I work every day, so,
Yeah.
sorry, that's why.
No, I'll bring it, 'cause
After work, I come here, so.
I hope they give it to me.
Yeah, just try to get the book.
If we say, if I go there and I say 2 books for me and her, is it gonna be okay?
Yeah, you can bring 3. Bring one for her too.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you today to bring a couple, but I know once you bring one, then everybody's gonna say, you know.
No, I could get mine, because I go to school
Whoever
there,
you
so.
want to, like, you know, if you go, you can bring one for someone.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and guys, I really would bring them myself, but it's just, it's
They
too
It's
much.
heavy,
heavy,
yes.
I see
It's
that.
about too much.
We got
Don't
it.
worry, we got it.
We got this.
All right, so, we're gonna pick up, on,
The minute of the class.
we're gonna pick up on Roman numeral 3. But what I want you guys to do is to continue, reading the chapter and finish this particular chapter.
Chapter what?
2.
2.
Don't leave.